I am so freaking excited. You did it. You freaking did it. This is video 15, step 15 of a day that changed everything. A video course that I offer to my audiences for like $150 if you buy it on my website, or you can watch it for free on my YouTube channel because you deserve access to this content. Now, maybe you haven't watched all of them. Maybe you're new here. That's okay because you can go back and watch them. And because they're on my YouTube channel, you can go back and watch them every time you need to for that reassurance, for that reminder. We all need reminders. Don't beat yourself up for that. But over the course of this video series, I've shared the MECA Life Strategy with you. So the M was for mental awareness, what's going on in your own head. The E was for environmental awareness, what's going on in your world. The C was for control, and the A was for action you need to take. Today, I have a quiz for you. I want you to take the MECA Life Strategy quiz, not to beat yourself up, but to give you an action plan. If you're scoring low in one area, then you know what you need to work on to truly be happy. That's what I want for you. So one more time in this video series, for one, thank you for going on this journey with me. And two, let's talk about it.
So you absolutely amazing human being, you. Bonjour. Mishko Paganan Quain Adishnakas Mungdodem. My name is Sandy Boucher, Red Thunderbolt Woman of the Loon Clan, and I'm a proud member of Seine River First Nation. And right now, I am so incredibly proud of you. You've made it to the end. You've completed the entire video course that I called A Day That Changed Everything. And I believe you've just had already completed 14 days that could change everything for you. Every single day that you chose to watch one of these videos or do the exercise or both. We have covered so many things. I have the list right here because there's so many things. First, I introduced you to the 4 thank yous. How I thank God, Creator, Higher Power every single day for bringing us together. How I thank the people that give us the technology to be able to do this. How I say thank you to those that came before that have helped us get to this age and stage and place in our life. And how I say thank you to you for sharing something absolutely priceless with me, which is your time. That was video 1. In video 2, I introduced you to the base teachings by my parents. How my mom used to always say that no one was going to save me, that if things were going to change, that it was going to be up to me, that Creator did not put us here to fail, and that I deserved to have more than poverty and unhappiness. And how my dad would repeat over and over and over that I could be whatever I wanted to be if and only if I worked hard enough to get it. The base teachings. Then I introduced you to the concept of puzzle pieces and how we are an essential puzzle piece in our family, in our community, in our group of friends, and how we are made up of puzzle pieces. All the different things that we've learned and been taught and seen and heard over the years, but that we have the power to discard puzzle pieces that no longer fit. There's puzzle pieces, things I used to do in my younger years that I don't do anymore because they no longer fit the woman I want to be, and we have that power. Then I taught you you were awesome, that you're an amazing warrior embarking on a journey, one specific to you and only you, one that will motivate you and empower you to be everything you're meant to be. And I hope that you're saying that on a regular basis. Then we did the puzzle ceremony, and I got you to draw the stars in your night sky, to look at all those challenges you've overcome and realize those are now stars in your sky or medals on your chest. That is the wisdom you now carry. I helped you to realize, and I hope you remember, that no one becomes strong or wise easily. It's because of the challenges. Just like the athlete working out at the gym, building muscle, we build our wisdom by living our lives and facing those challenges. Next, I taught you to flip the coin, to look at the things that are happening in our world, but flipping it to the positive side, not taking the negative. Instead of just hating that someone judged you, asking, okay, what can I learn from this? Do I need to be more careful what I say? Do I have to do it in a more respectful way? And constantly using what happens in our life to build our wisdom and our strength and our confidence rather than diminishing it. Then I introduced you to empowerment, what it means, and we even did a quiz, and I hope you hung on to that quiz. If not, go back, watch that video again, or find that email and download it again. Then we did the editing your life ceremony, and I taught you and showed you how to discard that horrible thing that someone said to you. I have always said that the abusers of my past got my past. They don't get my present, and they definitely don't get my future. And I hope that you've made the same promise to yourself. Then we did the video game analogy, and I hope you printed that and posted it somewhere. You see it all the time. And again, if you didn't, go back and do that. Remember the video game analogy. Remember to hang on to your controller. Remember to stay on the couch. Just because there's insanity going on doesn't mean you have to be in the middle of it. Sometimes you can choose just save yourself and be the voice of reason when they need your assistance. Then we looked at being master detectives and looking what's going on in our world and asking, what is the lesson here? And that brought us into garbage in, garbage out, being careful and choosing our influences, realizing if we take in a bunch of garbage, then that's what we're going to be giving the world. And that's when we become part of the problem rather than part of the solution. Last week, I taught you how to tell the voice in your head to shut up, and I absolutely hope you've been practicing that. It is going to take time. Give yourself a break, and the truth is, if you are even just noticing the voice now, you're already ahead of the game. So just keep going. And that brings us to this week. And now I want to invite you to go to the email and download the MECA score sheet. And we're going to look at how you're doing and how well you're implementing the MECA Life Strategy into your life. Don't be alarmed if you're scoring lower. This is new to you. I've been doing this for 56 years. You just learned the MECA Life Strategy. But by figuring out where you are now, you can identify what areas you need to work on, which will help you get to where you want to be. It's an action plan. That's all it is. So I'm going to pause the video for a second. Either go get a scrap piece of paper and you can just answer the questions on that, or download the score sheet and use it. I'll see you in a few moments. And we are back. Welcome back to a day that changed everything. So now you have the MECA score sheet in front of you, or you should, and you can see there's the 4 different areas relating to the 4 different letters in the word MECA, and there's 16 questions for you to answer, 4 in each section. So the idea is, and I'm going to go through this with you, so don't panic. We're going to look at each statement, and you're going to give yourself a score 1 to 10. So 1, no, I never do that, or it doesn't sound like me at all. 10, yeah, I rock that. I do it all the time. So let's start with mental awareness, which is the first section, the M in MECA. The first one is, I'm aware of what the voice in my head is saying to me. Now, that doesn't mean you've changed it yet. But you've started to realize, wow, did I just say that to myself? So 1, you never do that. You're not mentally aware at all. 10, I do it all the time. Or chances are really good you're somewhere in between. If you've just started this and you're at 2 or 3, that is fine. That means you already have progress. That's amazing. But take a few seconds and write in your score. On a scale of 1 to 10, how often are you aware of what the voice in your head is saying to you? Question number 2. I tell the voice in my head to shut up when it says something negative to me. So that's directly in response to the video that I shared with you a couple weeks ago. Are you doing that? And how often are you doing it? 1, I never do it. 10, I am now doing it all of the time, or somewhere in between. Be honest. No one else is going to know your score, but you need to know your score so that you can change it. Number 3, when the voice is negative and won't shut up, I distract myself by doing something else, i.e. listening to my favorite music so that I don't hear it. That is a really good coping mechanism, and if you haven't been doing it so far, I suggest it. If that negative voice just won't shut up, no matter how many hard times you try, go take a shower, go for a walk, take a bath, go scrub the kitchen, whatever you need to do to distract yourself. Do you do that? 1, if you never do it. 2, if you never do it, but you want to try now. 10, you do it all the time. That's how you cope, or somewhere in between. Again, this is not about beating yourself up. This is about being honest so that you can work on these areas. Question number 4. I know that what the negative voice is saying is not true. 1, if you're still believing that garbage. 10, if you totally own that now, that this is just a collection of all the negativity you've ever heard and all your fears and doubts, and it's a bunch of baloney. So score yourself. We're going to pause the video for a sec. I want you to go back over those questions and really be honest. On a scale of 1 to 10, if you need to rewind the video, please do. But take a few minutes to honestly answer those questions. And when we come back, we'll look at the E, environmental awareness. Hello again. Once again, I'm Sandy Boucher, and welcome back to the MECA score sheet. We're looking at how you're doing at implementing the MECA Life Strategy into your life. And again, if you're scoring low, duh, no surprise, you just got introduced to this. But this is going to become your action plan for the future. We're now looking at the second section, which is environmental awareness, the E in the word MECA. Question number 5, the first question in this section. I am aware of people in my world, and I know who is a positive influence and who is a negative influence. We're not talking about judging, we're just being honest about the influences in our life. So 1, I never think about that stuff. I'm not going to do that. 10, now I love them anyways, but I know who's a negative and who's a positive. So take a few minutes to score. Number 6, I make a point of speaking to the positive influences in my world as often as possible. Whether you phone them, text them, send an email, go visit them, whatever the case may be, you consciously make a point of speaking to the positive influences as often as you can. 1, no, that never happens. It's just whatever happens, happens. 10, yes, I do that. I choose that. I'm in control of my future, or somewhere in between. Take a second, write your score in. Question number 7, I intentionally limit my time and exposure to the negative influences without judging them. So again, you know who the negatives are. You still love them. You still spend time with them. Often they're family members. But you make sure you're not spending tons of time with them because you know that's going to affect you. So 1, no, I would never do that. Well, whatever happens, happens. 10, no, I consciously choose that. I know that I have to limit my time with negative influences. So again, take a second to write in your score. And the last question in the environmental awareness section, I consciously add positive influences into my inner circle anytime I can. You meet someone new and they are definitely, they could be a mentor or a teacher or just a great friend. You know they're going to be a positive influence in your life, so you bring them into your inner circle. Does that sound like you? 1, no, those positive people are annoying. I don't want to be around them. 10, absolutely. I am adding them because I want to be successful. So again, take a second to add in your score. We're going to pause the video again because I want you to go back and think about those. Rewind the video if you need to. When we come back, we're going to look at the third section, the C, or control. See you in a few moments. And we're back. And now we're looking at section 3 on the score sheet, and this was to do with control. So question number 9, I have taken the steps to edit negative memories out of my life. That means you're doing that exercise. You're writing them down. You're ripping them up. You're stopping yourself from replaying those tapes and thinking about those things. I have taken the steps to edit negative memories out of my life. 1, no, I'm still struggling with negative memories. 10, I do it all the time. They don't have room in my life. That's where you want to get to. And where you are, somewhere in between. So I don't know what number you're at, but you do. And the more honest you are, the more this is going to help. So take a second to write in your score. Next, 10, I use the video game analogy on a regular basis by choosing to stay in control. I consciously choose who I hang out with and what activities I take part in. Does that sound like you? 1, well, that doesn't sound like me at all. 10, yes, it does. It absolutely does. Or somewhere in between. Take a second to write down your score. Number 11, I have learned to say no, because I know I have to say it to be in control of my life. Now that one should be pretty easy to answer. 1, no, I don't know how to say that. I can't say no. When my friends call, I do whatever they want. 10, no, I have healthy boundaries and I can say no. My friends know I love them, and if I can't do it, the answer is no. Where are you on a scale of 1 to 10? Write in your answer. And the last one, question 12, last one for the control section. I plant seeds every day that will build the future I want. Something, you read a new book, you try something new, you correct the voice in your head, you're doing something that's taking you on the journey in the right direction. So again, I plant seeds every day that will build the future I want. Does that sound like you? 1, no. No, I don't do that. 10, yes, I am really trying. I do it every single day. I do something, even if it's something small. What is your score? Take a second to write it in. Again, we're going to pause the video. I'm going to give you a chance to go over that section, to replay the video if you need to. And when we come back, we're going to look at the last section, section number 4, which was action. See you in a few moments. And here we are again. We're now looking at section 4, the action section of the MECA score sheet, and the last 4 questions on this sheet. Question number 13. I have completed a Day That Changed Everything video course. Give yourself a hard 10 on that one if you did all the videos and the exercises. You know. But here's your chance. And by the way, if you didn't, you can go back, do them now, and change your score. Video courses are awesome for that. Next, question number 14. I practice being a master detective by asking myself, what is the lesson here? Remember, we don't say why me, it's what is the lesson here? Does that sound like you? 1, no, I never do that. I just react. 10, yes, I'm getting really good at asking myself, stopping and asking myself, what is the lesson here? Or whatever number in between. Take a second and write in your score. Next, question number 15. I pay close attention to my influences. I don't let garbage in. Remember, garbage in, garbage out? So how careful are you? Are you still watching the news 24/7? Are you listening to songs that have horrible lyrics that are just going to attack you? How careful are you with the influences in your life? 1, no, I don't even notice it all. I'm not in control of that stuff. 10, I am very careful and I watch my happy and I protect it. Or any number in between. Take a second to put in your score. And the last question, question number 16. I am working on improving me every single day in some way. Again, I am working on improving me every single day in some way. 1, no, I'm not. 10, yeah, I am. And you know what? It feels great. Or somewhere in between. Maybe not every day. Maybe you're still working on that. But once or twice a week, you do work on something to improve you. We're going to pause the video one last time, back up to whatever section you need, make sure you understand the statements. When we come back, I'm going to leave you with one last thought, one last piece of encouragement, and then I have a surprise for you. I'll see you in a few moments. Congratulations, my friend. You have now completed a Day That Changed Everything video course, and I am so thrilled that we got to go on this journey together. So I just wanted to leave you with this thought that on those days that you think you're alone, that you think the world is against you, that things are never going to change, please remember, I believe in you. I believe in you with everything I have, even if we have never met. And that's because Creator made you. You are an essential puzzle piece and you are needed here. And if you need me to remind you of that, then you send me an email to this address and I will be the first to remind you. So I hope to see you in a future video course. I hope you enjoyed our journey together as much as I did. Please stay well, stay safe. Remember, I love you. Take care. Bye-bye.